Men over 65. Morning foods to restore circulation and reclaim your vitality. Did you know that the simple breakfast you eat every morning could be quietly working against you, restricting blood flow to the very parts of your body that help you feel strong, vital, and in control? Many men over 60 notice a change, a loss of energy, a feeling of weakness in their legs, or a decline in intimacy, and they chalk it up to one thing: getting older. But what if age isn't the only culprit? What if the foods you start your day with are secretly building roadblocks in your body's most critical pathways, slowing everything down? The truth is, your body has a remarkable ability to heal and restore itself, but only if you give it the right tools. And many men are missing out on the simple, natural foods that can help clear those pathways and bring back a sense of vitality they thought was gone for good. Welcome to Wisdom Free. Here, we don't believe that aging is a passive decline. We believe it's a journey you can actively guide. In this video, we're going to look at 5 surprising morning foods that can help boost circulation throughout your lower body, supporting not just your intimate health, but your leg strength, your balance, and your overall confidence. Before we begin, I want to hear from you. If you've ever felt that frustrating sense that your body isn't cooperating the way it used to, or if you're simply looking for ways to stay strong and independent for years to come, please take a moment and type A1 in the comments below. If this topic doesn't resonate with you, feel free to type a 0. Your feedback is incredibly valuable and helps us create the content that truly matters to you. All right, let's explore the first food, one that has been misunderstood for decades but holds a powerful key to rebuilding from the inside out. For years, we've been given conflicting advice, haven't we? First, eggs were a breakfast staple. Then, we were warned to avoid them, told that the cholesterol in the yolks would harm our hearts. Many men, trying to do the right thing, switched to egg whites or gave them up altogether. But what if that advice caused us to throw away the most important part? The truth is, for men over 60, the yolk of an egg isn't something to be feared. It's a powerhouse of nutrients that provides the very foundation for muscle and nerve health, especially in the lower body. At first, the connection might not seem obvious. You might wonder, how can an egg affect circulation down there? The secret lies in a precise combination of nutrients that work together. The yolk is rich in vitamin D, which we know is crucial for muscle function. But it also contains choline, a vital nutrient for nerve signaling. Think of your nerves as the electrical wiring that tells your muscles and blood vessels what to do. Without enough choline, those signals can become weak or delayed, leading to that feeling of numbness, poor coordination, or a lack of responsiveness. Furthermore, egg yolks contain leucine, a powerful amino acid that acts like a switch, turning on your body's muscle-building process. This isn't just about your biceps. It includes the small, crucial muscles of the pelvic floor. These muscles support bladder control, help maintain erections, and provide a stable core for every step you take. When you start your day with whole eggs, you're not just eating breakfast, you're sending a direct signal to your body to repair and refuel these essential systems. I remember a conversation with a gentleman in our community, Richard, who felt he was losing a part of himself. He'd stopped feeling that morning vitality he'd known his whole life. He had switched to oatmeal and toast, thinking it was the healthier choice. After we discussed the science, he decided to reintroduce 2 whole boiled eggs into his morning routine. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but after a few weeks, He said he felt a spark returning, not just in the bedroom, but in the strength he felt in his legs when he got out of a chair. That's the power of giving your body the foundational fuel it's been missing. So the next time you're in the kitchen, don't discard the yolk. Are you giving your body the complete package it needs to rebuild, or are you holding back the very nutrients that could make a difference? Every time I hear from someone struggling with poor circulation, they often describe it as a feeling of heaviness. Their legs feel heavy, their energy is low, and their whole lower body feels sluggish. This is often a sign that your vascular system, the vast network of arteries and blood vessels in your body, isn't working as efficiently as it should. Think of your blood vessels as a complex highway system. Over the years, due to diet and inflammation, plaque can build up along the walls of these highways, creating the equivalent of traffic jams. Blood flow slows down, and critical nutrients and oxygen can't get where they need to go, especially to the smaller, more sensitive vessels in the pelvis and legs. This is where a simple bowl of oats with chia seeds can be so transformative. Oats contain a unique type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. You may have heard that it helps lower cholesterol, and it does. But it does something more. Beta-glucan acts like a specialized cleanup crew for your arteries, gently binding to cholesterol and helping to clear it out of your system. This helps reduce those traffic jams, allowing blood to flow more freely. But it's not just about clearing the road. It's about making the road itself more flexible. That's where the chia seeds come in. These tiny seeds are one of nature's richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which are famous for their anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation makes blood vessels stiff and rigid. Omega-3s help to soothe that inflammation, allowing the vessel walls to relax and expand. A relaxed blood vessel is a wider blood vessel, and a wider blood vessel means more powerful blood flow. One man, Henry, told me his doctor was concerned about his blood pressure and circulation. His breakfast was usually just coffee. He swapped it for a bowl of warm oats, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and some berries. He said the first thing he noticed wasn't in his groin, but in his feet. They felt warmer. The persistent numbness in his toes began to fade. Over time, other benefits followed. He was restoring his body's highway system, one simple meal at a time. This combination doesn't just work on one problem. It supports the entire system that your strength and vitality depend on. When you hear the word watermelon, you probably think of a sweet, refreshing summer treat. You might not think of it as a serious tool for men's health. But what if I told you that this humble fruit contains a compound that triggers the very same biological process as many popular erectile dysfunction medications? The key is an amino acid called L-citrulline, which is found in high concentrations in watermelon. When you consume L-citrulline, your body converts it into another amino acid, L-arginine. This is where the magic happens. L-arginine is used by your body to produce a crucial molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator. That's a scientific term for something that relaxes and opens up your blood vessels. When your blood vessels open, more blood can rush through them. This is essential for healthy erections, but its benefits don't stop there. Improved blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients are delivered to your leg muscles, reducing fatigue and weakness. It means better circulation to the nerves, which can increase sensitivity and reduce numbness. I've had men tell me they felt a noticeable difference, a sense of warmth and improved responsiveness, within a week of adding a few slices of watermelon to their morning routine. One gentleman, Bill, laughed when I first suggested it. 2 weeks later, he messaged our community forum. "I don't know if it's my imagination," he wrote, "but things are definitely waking up." It wasn't his imagination. His body was simply using the tools from his food to do what it was designed to do. Now, here's a crucial tip. For the best effect, eat watermelon on an empty stomach, perhaps 20-30 minutes before the rest of your breakfast. And don't be afraid of the white part of the rind, right next to the pink flesh. That's where the L-citrulline is most concentrated. You can blend it into a smoothie or just nibble on it. It may not be the sweetest part, but your circulation will thank you for it. Before you reach for a pill, have you considered reaching for a fruit? Could one of the simplest and most refreshing foods be the missing piece in your puzzle? In our search for powerful health solutions, we sometimes overlook the most obvious ones. We talk about exotic supplements and special formulas. But what about the simple, dark green leaves that have been a symbol of strength for generations? I'm talking about spinach, kale, and other leafy greens. Many men dismiss them as salad food, but when added to your morning, perhaps in a smoothie or a small omelette, they become a potent circulation supercharger. The reason is twofold. First, like watermelon, leafy greens are packed with natural nitrates. Your body converts these nitrates directly into the same nitric oxide we just discussed, helping to relax blood vessels and improve blood flow from a different angle. Combining nitrate sources like spinach with L-citrulline sources like watermelon can create a powerful synergistic effect. But there's another, equally important mineral at play here: magnesium. Think of it this way. For a muscle to work properly, it needs to both contract and relax. Calcium helps it contract, but magnesium is what allows it to relax. This applies to the tiny, smooth muscles in the walls of your blood vessels too. Without enough magnesium, these muscles can remain partially constricted, leading to high blood pressure and poor circulation. Many seniors are unknowingly deficient in magnesium, and this can manifest as muscle cramps, stiffness, and that feeling of heavy legs. Spinach is one of the best dietary sources of magnesium. By ensuring you have enough, you are giving your blood vessels the signal to relax, open up, and let the blood flow where it needs to go. Have you ever woken up with a painful leg cramp? That's often your body screaming for minerals, like magnesium. A simple handful of spinach in your morning smoothie could be one of the easiest ways to answer that call. So, are you only focusing on one part of the equation, or are you providing your body with the full spectrum of nutrients it needs to both clear the path and relax the pathway? This last recommendation often surprises people. A sweet potato for breakfast? It seems unusual, but when you understand what your body is going through in the first hour after waking, it makes perfect sense. After 8 hours of sleep, your body is in a state of fasting. It's dehydrated, and its stores of glycogen, the primary fuel for your muscles, are low. Your electrolyte balance is also off. This is why you might feel stiff, groggy, or weak in the morning. Your muscles, including the smooth muscles that control your blood vessels, are literally running on empty. A small steamed sweet potato is the perfect solution. It's packed with complex carbohydrates that provide a slow, steady release of energy. A slow, steady release of energy, replenishing your muscle glycogen stores without spiking your blood sugar. This gives your leg muscles and pelvic muscles the clean fuel they need to function properly throughout the day. But here's the key that elevates this from a simple food to a therapeutic tool. Sprinkle it with a tiny pinch of unrefined mineral salt, like Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan salt. Unlike regular table salt, which is just sodium chloride, these mineral salts contain over 80 trace minerals, magnesium, potassium, calcium, and many others in a balanced form. These electrolytes are absolutely essential for hydration and nerve function. They help your body pull water into your cells and regulate the electrical impulses that control every muscle contraction in your body. When your electrolyte balance is restored, your muscles can function more smoothly, cramps are reduced, and nerve sensitivity is enhanced. A man named Thomas, age 70, told me he had been waking up with numb, aching legs for years. He tried this simple trick: half a warm sweet potato with a pinch of mineral salt and a glass of water first thing in the morning. 3 days later, he was shocked. He said, "I don't understand it, but my legs feel lighter." He was simply giving his body the two things it desperately needed upon waking: clean fuel and a full spectrum of minerals. It's a grounding, stabilizing way to start the day that restores balance from the inside out. If you have watched this far, it tells me you are not someone who is willing to passively accept decline. You are a fighter. You are still in the driver's seat of your own health. But knowledge without action remains just knowledge. The real transformation begins the moment you decide to act. So here is the challenge. Starting tomorrow morning, I want you to commit to trying just one of these things. Don't try to do it all at once. Just pick one. Maybe it's 2 whole eggs instead of toast. Maybe it's a handful of spinach blended into a smoothie. Or perhaps it's a few slices of watermelon while your coffee brews. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to happen. Because the first hour of your day is the most powerful opportunity you have to interrupt the cycle of decline and start rebuilding. This is when your body is most receptive to nutrients. This is when you can set the tone for your circulation, your energy, and your confidence for the entire day. You might not feel a dramatic change overnight, but stay with it. Within a week, you might notice your legs feel a little less heavy. You might feel more warmth in your hands and feet. You might wake up with a feeling of hope you haven't felt in a long time. After decades of observing and learning, if there is one truth that stands out, it is this: aging does not take your strength. It only takes what you are willing to give up. And too often, the first thing we give up is the belief that real change is still possible. I am here to tell you that it is. You now know about 5 powerful, simple foods that can speak directly to your body's biology. Whole eggs, oats with chia, watermelon, leafy greens, and sweet potato with mineral salt. These are not gimmicks. They are tools. But more importantly, you understand the why behind them. You know that you are not just eating food, you are fueling muscles, signaling nerves, clearing highways, and restoring balance. You are actively participating in your own vitality. Your next chapter begins at the breakfast table. It begins with the simple, conscious choice to give your body what it truly needs. Thank you for joining us at Wisdom Free. If you found value in this video, please leave a comment, give it a like, and share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe for more content designed to help you live life on your own terms. Here's to your health, and here's to taking control.